Today, on this week's episode of Live Forward, Love Now, I interview Sophia Paterson, radio show DJ, business owner, traveler, artist, and opportunist. Here's a quick clip from her recent holiday show on Sound of Wonder.
Welcome back to the Sound of Wonder on KWNK 97.7 FM LP in Reno, Nevada. I'm DJ Sophia, and this is a very special season for the Sound of Wonder as I'll be playing jolly music for the holidays. Let's kick it off with some Tyler the Creator. Here is You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch on KWNK.
I'd like to welcome Sophia to Live Forward, Love Now. Hey, Sophia. I was hoping we could talk about your show as you DJ Sound of Wonder at KWNK, and you just finished a show for this week. So can you tell us what your inspiration is for your music that you pick?
I do love Christmas time. So this is been a special month for me. So I've been showcasing some of my favorite holiday music, and I started doing the Sound of Wonder. I love incorporating music from other parts of the world. And so I listen to a lot of internet radio, see what other DJs are trying to highlight. I love the KEXP in Seattle. It's a great station, and the University of Washington helps, like a KUNR type of thing. And then, but just some internet radio. So I guess my inspiration comes from what I listen to, and I guess my ear just finds, it hears a thing and I have to Shazam it. I have to be like, okay, wait, what is that? And I either dive in or whatever. But yeah, I'm using technology to find out all the things I like. So
that is so awesome. And when you're listening for songs, it's just something you kind of weave into your daily life, or do you kind of set aside time to research the songs, or can you tell us a little more about that?
Maybe both. I don't know if it's ever just one thing, but I listen to internet radio or on the Alexa product. But I do at work, and I'm pretty well-rounded with music. I mean, all genres. There's something great in every genre. So it's not like I only listen to one thing. I really try and have an open mind about what's out there in the music world.
Definitely. Well, and I've noticed listening to your show that you do have a lot of different kinds of songs. It's very diverse. So that's really inspiring. I love listening to your music that you choose. And I know I've told you this before, but you definitely have a radio voice. So
oh my goodness.
It's always fun to hear your show. What got you into being a radio show host?
I mean, since been, I've always been into music. And I remember thinking I would be a DJ in college, or, that would be a possible career option for me. But it's definitely not where the river of life took me, and that's okay. But it still did take me there. I volunteer. So being a DJ is a volunteer position. And I've been volunteering as a DJ for 5 years now. So it's been great. I've been with the same community radio station for a few years, but before they were that, it was at UNR, and it was just a flyer. I had just moved to Reno. I was there by myself. I didn't really know anyone, and seeing a flyer of something like my childhood self would have loved to try. I went for it, and it changed my life.
You talked about kind of the river of life and where you are. Can you kind of explain what I guess your day job is, or what you do right now other than DJ?
So I am in the legal services field. We do, it's just a day job, Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and it's so much more than that though. But it's a legal services company. We do process serving, court messenger runs, and helping out getting document retrieval from other courts as well. But it's on a statewide and national and international level. So,
Wow.
so we do a lot. Yeah, we have no boundaries, but it's really good. It's learning the legal language is definitely has its benefits to helping understand certain things better. And like the judicial system, it's been really nice to help people out who don't have that knowledge, who are trying to navigate the system on their own, and just knowing, what we do know. So, which is not we're not lawyers, we're not paralegals, but we are educated. So
Right. Like you
yeah,
have kind of a know, and I mean, a big part of it is the lingo and understanding documents and what needs to be filed where, and right. And you kind of help
exactly.
people with that.
Knowing timelines, knowing that things expire or when they would expire or how we should be receiving items. It's I don't know, we really try and provide the best service. So, and it's my family's business. So I'm taking it over as a young business owner. It's been an adventure to get here.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Well, and
Mhm.
it's again, that's another thing that's so inspiring is that, it's kind of a different area of not only business, but also legal. Is that something that you started off from when you were a kid thinking you'd ever do? Or kind of, I guess, what led you? Tell us a little more about your journey leading up to this point, I guess. Like, what did you do out of high school and kind of what brought you
Okay.
here?
So, I remember the first job I ever wanted was to be a paleontologist.
Wow.
And I think Jurassic Park had maybe something to do with it. But that was my dream job. And I come from a very strict family. So it was like, okay, either you need to be a doctor, a lawyer, I guess, just, there were only a few career paths, but medicine and something like that. So anyways, but I never pursued that. I still think about it. But getting here, it took some time. As I had said, it's a family business. So I remember getting picked up from school and just going straight there because what school ends around 2 o'clock or so, and there's still 3 more hours in the day in the workday. So my sister and I would just that was our after school program was our my the family business, and so gradually you can only be bored so much, and I guess homework can be completed, but we'd start doing things in the office like filing or shredding, the simple tasks like that. So I've always been there, and I remember seeing my parents start this in our living room, and just my parents, both of them, working so hard to just make it work. It was really inspiring now, looking back with my through my adult eyes, and yeah. But I guess I've jumped from. I mean, I was a teacher, and then from being a teacher, I went back to school to pursue medicine. That is at the same time when I started my DJ volunteering, and then after the disappointment of my medical journey, I ended up at where I am. Um, and I haven't looked back. Oh, it's been so fascinating to learn the legal language where I'm at in my life because I'm older, wiser, and and it's just you want to understand things, and that just comes naturally now. Like I need to know why it's like this. And so It's my educational background has taught me a lot in how to research things.
Mm-hmm.
So, I can figure out a lot of things on my own reading the legal language, the NRS, all those types of really wordy documents. And
Right.
legal lingo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. All the fun stuff. Um, yeah, and it sounds like you kind of took an interesting journey. I think sometimes I know when I was going to college, thinking, "Oh, I have to know what I want to do or be right now," and that stress. But as I've gotten older, as my journey has taken me through almost different career areas, it sounds like that's kind of what happened in your journey. It wasn't just a straight line, but different, you know, twists and turns. What do you think
Yes.
from, like you mentioned, being a teacher and your education helping now? What are some other things in like your journey that you think you kind of notice, like, oh, I'm glad I experienced that because now it helps me in my everyday life?
I would say hands down teaching, giving back on that level. And I mean, even being involved in the scouts, that has to really give back too. But just seeing the youth, um, and seeing them work so hard, I mean, that was truly life changing for me. I love giving. I love giving, and as a teacher, it's not uncommon to give financially too. You hear stories about how teachers are. I never got coloring pencils. I'm using my own money to get coloring pencils, and it's unfortunate. School is so important, and but being a teacher, I taught high school and I taught middle school. It was a riot. There were really good days, there were really bad days, but working with these at-risk youth children was just the best, and that gave me, you hear first world problems and you hear all these complaints about how privileged we are when you see kids who are just like can't even go home. They have to live, yeah, they're fine, they're couch surfing because their mother has a boyfriend that they don't get along with. um Gosh, but just having that institution, and it's so depressing to know what kids don't have, that they don't have that this year.
Mm-hmm.
It is just absolutely heartbreaking with COVID affecting schools as much as they have, and the world at that. It breaks my heart because I've seen those kids. I know firsthand how badly they need that socialization, that just outlet to be somewhere other than home.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but being a teacher was absolutely the best. And for my first year teaching, I actually taught with my best friend, Courtney, and it was it was it was nuts. She is a total athlete, and we actually both played soccer together growing up, and that's how I met her. We've never gone to school together, but yeah, she had all the athletes, drawing to her, and they were looking to her as like their inspirational person, and I had all the artists, all the drama club kids were coming to my room to hang out, and it was just so fun because it was so great to have us both be so close, and we're nothing really the same. I mean, she watches football. I don't even know a football team. But and then just our kids, like it was just so fun. It was a great experience teaching.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I would say teaching though.
Yeah, that's amazing that you've had that opportunity to give back. And you are a very generous person. I know from personal experience, so thoughtful and giving. And it's just really cool to see how, you know, how you've done that in the past and how you continue to do that. And you bring so much inspiration through just your relationships and friendships, but also over the radio. People I know probably turn it on and hear your songs and just kind of get that, I don't know,
so.
just that feeling of someone gets it or someone's like me, and I really like that story about you and Courtney, because even though you guys are there are differences, in school, like I think in life, there's different people who are, just looking for others to inspire them and who they can be like. And so you've definitely had a trail of inspiration to other people, and it's really cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that with us. And what are you excited about in the future? Like, what are you hoping for, working towards right now?
I'm super excited for a vaccine.
Yes.
That
would be awesome.
Yes. I mean, and traveling, it's once you get the travel bug, I mean, you get the bug.
Right.
My parents instilled travel in me from an early age, and so I am at the point where I want to still travel. This year has definitely kind of closed that off, but I am so optimistic for the future of, going to the countries I've never been to, and just keep adding more countries to my list. I absolutely I'm so looking forward to that. But I guess more immediately, the vaccine and travel again. That is, there's so much I want to see out there and things I want to do. So how I've been preparing lately is just kind of with being in quarantine, I've been working on myself. I mean, this has been a really great time to self-improve and just work on all the things you said you'd work on and never did. But
now there's no excuse.
There's no excuse. And it's been really good. And I'm with my husband, we're working hard on it together. So, it's been difficult to stay positive at some times, but the future is infinite. I mean, there's so much possibility in the future, as bad as it is right now, that I have to keep staying positive for what's to come, because it's anything can happen, and that is the beauty of it, of the unknown. Like, so of course, like, why not be positive about it?
Right. You mentioned travel. What are some things that just draws you to traveling?
I last went to Thailand, and that, I guess, just really being in the culture and seeing things that through your own eyes, the smells, the sounds, I mean, just really kind of being immersed in that culture is what's absolutely fascinating. Thailand was amazing. Just flying, we flew from Bangkok to Chiang Mai, which was, just a domestic flight there. And it was such an experience. There were advertisements everywhere in the airplane. But just, and creating memories, traveling with people who I want to build memories with, who I want in my life. And yeah, I mean, that's what it's about to me. I want to do those things and experience things with people too. So, but really other cultures that's what the world is. It's all these people, and learning about them is enlightenment, and which is key. So, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I think traveling is definitely one of those joys we both share. I know, same, during quarantine and COVID, travel is all I can think about almost. And
I know. But, it'll happen. It's gonna come.
It will. Do you have a place in mind that that's just calling to you right now?
I really miss the ocean. As a former mermaid in my past life, Um, I know I really need to see the ocean though. I mean, something about it, just the sound, and the smell. I mean, the feeling of it. Just, I feel like I need to see the ocean at least like once a year. It doesn't matter where. It could be the Coldy Beach in uh, San Francisco or the perfect one in San Diego.
Right.
But yeah, I guess right now I'm looking for something immediate and close that I could enjoy, without uh, being a danger or getting in danger of
Right.
COVID. So yeah, but that's
Yeah.
kind of, I want an immediate something right now. And in here in Nevada, down south, we don't have any really nice bodies of water. So
Yeah, no beachside property.
no. But
Yeah, that sounds awesome though.
but California is just a hop, skip, and away. So
Yeah.
I'll
Just
make my way
gotta,
there.
what's it called? Get through all those COVID areas to get to the beach. So
Yes.
wait,
Oh
that's
my
where that
gosh.
vaccine's gonna come in. Make our
Yes.
way. So you mentioned that you and your husband are kind of like working on yourselves, and like what if I guess what are some tips that you can give others about, just taking care of yourself, staying healthy, staying sane during this time that's insane almost.
Some tips. I mean, oh, well, okay. Let's see here. I personally have yes, I go through some like retail rehab, which isn't always the best, especially not if I ever want to keep, going to other countries to travel. So, gotta start saving up on that. But I'm really proud of some of the purchases that I've made lately. I bought a set of like a hair extension. And I know it sounds ridiculous and and it is. But just kind of like it's like dress up in a
Yeah.
way. And it's a lot of fun just to look at yourself and then you immediately change. Um and so like yesterday I actually went to Boulder City, and which is a little small town, at the Hoover Dam. You may have
Yeah.
heard of it.
Just that little old dam in Nevada.
A little tiny one. Um, but anyways, I was in Boulder City and I'm like, no, you know what? Like, I'm gonna dress up and look cute. I'm gonna put on my hair, and it was so fun just to, I guess, I don't know, in a way, be someone else, but I'm still myself. And it was just like, I don't know, wearing a hat, but um, I've really enjoyed kind of just like focusing on me, and kind of if it's just, hey, I'm gonna do my hair and I'm gonna really do my extra hair, or I'm gonna do my makeup. I do enjoy makeup, even though I'm not wearing any right now. But, uh, yeah, but I guess I've really, because of COVID, I've started to really get a morning regimen down. So
Nice.
it's waking up way earlier. I try and get to work, and I'm still going to work, but it's a really small office and we're closed to the public. But I I've been getting up early and the first one at the office, and but just having my coffee in the morning, my tea or my coffee in the morning, and then taking my time. I'm really trying not to rush in life. Like, I don't want to have to be rushed to have to get anywhere, but it's just so worth it to have the peace of mind of getting up a little bit earlier to start your day right, and to take the time to curl your hair. Like, I've really tried to incorporate that, because as, again, a young business owner, I need to look the part also, and I want to feel the part. I do want to feel empowered, and um I it's just, I don't know, it's been nice. I still live by Marie Kondo. Marie
Nice.
Kondo is has also been, you can always incorporate something from her uh in your life. And so we just tidied up the sock drawer because it fell apart. Like I guess
Yeah.
our life did because that's what Marie Kondo says. No kidding. But and it feels nice to be organized and I don't know.
Yeah.
It feels good.
Yeah.
But I guess I've been just yeah, and then eating, we go walking. We rescued a dog in
Awesome.
July of this year, July of COVID.
Yeah.
So, or no, it was actually June. Sorry, 4th of July. It was June. But she is great. And so we have a few animals here and uh having a dog, we want to take her walking. And
Yeah.
so going walking with her is so easy and
Yeah.
she loves it. So Brennan and I do that every day, mostly every day,
Awesome.
almost every day. Um,
It's harder when it gets dark earlier. At least that's what I've noticed
it's
with our
really
dog.
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the morning and that's the thing too. In the morning, we just do a quick walk in the neighborhood to
Mm-hmm.
because it's just right there, and
Right.
it's a nice neighborhood, quiet. So, but
Nice.
yeah, it does get harder when it's cold outside.
That's awesome. Yeah, I think you had a lot of like really good advice within that. And I don't think it's ridiculous that you bought hair extensions. I think there is something to, yeah, just, I don't know, looking good, feeling good. You kind of mentioned
Yeah,
about feeling the part. I think especially during COVID, when people aren't going out as much, you're not seeing as many people in person, there's kind of this tendency to just let go and maybe not do your hair, not do your makeup, but sometimes to just add that little amount of care and
mm-hmm.
it makes you feel good, and keeping some sort of routine. And I think those are great tips on just how to
It's fun.
keep
It's
going
just
through. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun and I love makeup. So, just doing something different every
Yeah.
day or if it's just a little bit, but no, and like the hair is so fun. I even
Yeah.
bought like a bang piece.
Oh,
So,
fun.
it's just one clip, blink, and it's instant
Yeah.
like Kate Moss. No.
Right. Well, and that's something too that I know in our friendship, you've helped me kind of come out of my shell and be more comfortable. I think when it comes to hair and makeup, someone could describe me as very reserved or, careful or cautious. I'll just put it up in a ponytail if, because I'm not sure how to do it or what to do with it. But your taste and style is just
Oh,
so awesome. Like,
thank
and I,
you.
I just always remember that New Year's Eve where we dressed up like mermaids and we wore wigs. And it's something I would never have done without your inspiration. And what's awesome is that because you are so confident and comfortable with yourself, you helped me become more comfortable and confident with myself and to kind of let loose and not take myself so seriously. And
Oh,
like,
wow.
yeah, so I really
Awesome.
appreciate that. Yeah. That's something I definitely value in our relationship is you're just fun and you have great style and artistic. And you definitely bring a lot of vibrancy to my life. And I love
Oh,
that. So,
thanks, girl.
yeah. So you
Love.
shine, keep shining,
Yes.
shine
Yes,
bright.
likewise. Yes.
Thanks.
Women helping women shine.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So,
I'm all about that. Thanks,
same,
girl.
same. Yeah. Also, I think before COVID started, weren't you didn't you start archery or
Yes, archery. I mean, and I guess we know when I say like, oh, working out, it's like, oh, you're going to the gym, lifting weights,
yeah.
but archery is working out. I guess I'm still trying
Yeah.
to break my monkey brain that it's not, but it is. I mean, just being active and you run out of arrows eventually, you got to go walk and get them, So
Well, and the
it's not
technique's hard.
strenuous activity, but
Really?
yeah, it's been great. I love archery. I love it so much. It's been I'm still, and that's the thing is that anyone can do it and you can improve with just
Mm-hmm.
practice. I've actually bought some targets and when it's safe, and we have some combat arrows that are that's like for fighting with my husband. Sorry, that does not sound right.
Oh, no. I didn't think about that. But yeah, I know what you're talking about, but maybe if you can explain it
He's
to
in
the
the
rest of.
SCA. Yes, he's in the SCA, and they do like medieval archery, but it's not. They have like nubs on the end, but yeah, it's really nice. I love it. Archery is so fun, so fun. I just wish I could. I'm still a little scared to do it in my backyard because I'm like, if an arrow goes over, like no,
Right.
I'm not.
Like
So
too much
it's
responsibility.
fine for the range. It's fine for the range. I know
Right.
because being in the legal field, of course, I
Yeah.
I see what would happen if I did mess up, and I don't want to
Right.
do that. It
Right.
can wait for the range, but we have a really nice range here. Actually, the scouts helped to build like a really nice awning and put cement down. I just remember hearing the story about it, but
Awesome.
yeah, it's really nice. I love archery, so.
That's so
Uh,
cool.
yeah, I have two bows, my own arrows, and my husband made me a quiver,
Oh,
so
awesome.
to
That is
keep my
so
arrows
cool.
in.
What got you into archery?
Um, so I would say the SCA. My husband has been involved in the SCA, which is the Society for Creative Anachronism, and it's all over the world. But anyways, he is still involved in the SCA. He's one of the medieval fighters, and it's not LARPing. But
Yeah, don't make that mistake. It's not
not
LARPing.
LARPing. Yes, get it? Don't get it twisted.
Right.
But we went to a event that they were having, and I just went with him. It was like right around the time of what Renaissance Fair last year, and here in Las Vegas. And they had an event, and I got to go. It was a lot of fun, and they were having like knife throwing, axe throwing. You could shoot arrows,
Wow.
and I tried it. And the main guy, Paul Acker, he is such a great person. But he brought all the arrows out and bows for anyone to just, hey, you want to try shooting? And all the arrows were combat arrows, so it was okay. It didn't need to be on a range, but it was just in a clear open field. It was really well done. Really nice park out in Boulder City, also.
Oh, awesome.
But yeah, and he was just so welcoming that, hey, we shoot every Saturday here. Like, just let me know. And I guess it was in the same way that I pursued the radio.
Mm-hmm.
It was just an opportunity was there and I took it.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of being like, no, they don't want me or whatever, kind of
Yeah.
shooting myself down. I went for it and it was a lot of fun. But they are so welcoming. It was really easy to keep going back. And the guy, Paul Acker, as I mentioned, he gets there early, like an hour early,
Uh-huh.
and brings all bows. I mean, he'll have like 20 different bows that he'll bring for anyone. Hey,
Wow.
you want to start shooting? Come on, come in here. You
Oh,
need a
that's
bow, you need
awesome.
arrows, and he'll equip anyone. And he's so knowledgeable about the weight you would need. Um, and he's great, and he'll just kind of teach you a little bit, but yeah, that's kind of how it started. Almost like, you see a window of,
Right.
hey, do I want to do this? Yeah, let's try it. I love trying new things. I'm so in for that.
That's
So,
awesome. Well,
yeah.
and then your love for trying new things gets you to do awesome things and
New
create memories.
skills, new
Yeah.
husband, first
Yeah.
husband. Yes,
That's
yes. No,
awesome.
he's great. Yeah, they're life changing, when you take an opportunity, and it's almost like it is going to change your life. But It's been so fun. And I'm actually going, once COVID is over, the SCA has wars that happen. And I mean, in at those wars, they do archery competitions. So that is definitely something I am working on. I want to participate because why not?
Yeah, that's
Um,
awesome.
it'll
That's a
be a lot
great
of fun.
goal. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
you'll have to tell me about it
I
when you
will.
go to compete. I want to know how it goes.
Okay.
That'll
Okay.
be so awesome. Yeah, that is just so much awesomeness, I guess. I don't really have a better word for it. And you kind of mentioned like when you do try these new things and go for these opportunities. Um, have you had any self doubt, or is there anything that you kind of is I don't know, are there any obstacles that you've had to overcome to kind of just just go for it, or has that kind of always been your motto?
Um, I mean, I guess some, uh, I, my husband was just talking to my friend and I about Scientology. And so I wanted to say, oh, like as Thetans do. But anyways, yeah, sometimes you just don't feel confident and you see someone who's just obviously been doing this their whole life, like archery. Like Paul, he can bullseye done. Um, but and yeah, you can get down about it, like, oh, I'm not good or whatever, but I don't know. Archery, I've it's really easy to master. I
Uh-huh.
mean, not master. That's not the right word, but it's easy to do it and to practice and keep getting
Right.
better.
Right.
Excuse me. Um, but now I guess just uh, sometimes, sure, maybe I do. But in these two instances that I've mentioned, that I've talked about, I'm just all for it because some part of me is already so interested in learning it. Archery is just, I love it. I love archery so
Yeah.
much. And to have, yeah, it's just such a cool weapon to learn.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it sounds like you kind of have an idea of you're like, I like that and I'm going to go for it. And you
Mm-hmm.
go for it, which is
Yeah.
awesome. That's super
Which was
inspiring.
And that whole SCA event that I went to, I mean, the knife throwing, I tried all of those things.
Uh-huh.
And
What?
it was really cool that they even had it there, but just opening myself up to trying new things, because that's what it's all about. But yeah, now I'm like, I'm part of the team, kind of, and it's been really cool.
That's
Um,
awesome.
but just that one event, and Paul bringing out everything. And even when I went to try the arrows for the first time, there were like hardly any people actually shooting, but he
Oh, wow.
still brought it out and gained a loyal archer. So,
Awesome.
yeah,
That is so cool.
yes, it's awesome.
It is. It is.
You
Let's
have to
see.
come shooting with me
I do. I want to
sometime.
try it. I think I was inspired by Katniss in the Hunger Games. When you
Yeah,
told me that you were doing archery, I was like, "Oh, that would be kind of cool."
yes.
So,
Yeah, everyone should have a little Katniss inside of
yeah,
them.
right. Oh, what was I going to ask? Oh, so before we started talking, you kind of mentioned being a perfectionist. Has that ever gotten in the way of achieving your dreams or
um, well, my perfectionism, I would say, is selective. Obviously. Well, in order to function, I feel like it would have to be because how can you be a perfectionist about everything?
everything?
I
Right.
wouldn't get anything done.
Right.
Um, but what I am a perfectionist about, yes. Wait. Okay, hold on. Ask your question again. I'm so sorry.
Oh no, I was just wondering if your perfectionism gets in the way cuz I know for my
Got in the way.
yeah, for
Yeah.
myself like I think I'm a perfectionist in some things, but not selective enough that, so let me explain. Sometimes as a perfectionist, I don't try something new, or I don't, like I don't start it because I'm like, I won't be able to do it perfectly. So that's how it gets in the way.
Oh.
It might not get in the way for you. It sounds like it works well for you. It sounds like.
It's like I turn it on and off. Like,
Nice.
I want to be it for this, boink, 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 and then, or, I'm like, that's fine. I'll just scribble my name,
Right.
whatever.
Nice. That's good. That's good tool to have. Use it to your advantage.
Yeah, yeah.
That's awesome.
And I definitely perfectionist with radio. It's like, that's probably why it takes me so long to make a show.
Mm-hmm.
Brendan's like, it shouldn't be taking you that long. I'm like, well, it does. And yeah, I like the result though.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it's worth it. It's worth it to me to spend that time on something I care about.
Yeah. Well, and it sounds like, the effort you put into it, the result is what you want in the end. So that's awesome.
I would say so.
Very cool. Very cool. I don't know, anything else that you think is super, I guess, is there one thing that you think is super interesting about yourself, but not very many people know about?
Can I think of something right now? I guess, we are all of every human is different and beautiful in their own way. Positivity, really changed my life. Choosing to be positive, choosing to see the good, that has changed my life. I definitely had some dark times growing up, and yeah, but just being able to come out of it with who I am today has been a blessing.
Mm-hmm.
And teaching was a huge part of molding my life outlook.
Mm-hmm.
That was such a impactful time in my life. And I probably would have kept teaching if they didn't move me really far. I don't like driving here in Las Vegas, especially long distances, because people they don't drive correctly.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not, I don't like driving that far. Yeah, it's 30 miles one way.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I'm really happy with where I'm at, and I'm excited. I guess, I don't know. What makes me unique is me myself.
Yeah.
I have my own experiences. I've battled my own demons, and it's made me who I am.
Mm-hmm.
But just trying to be the best me I can be.
That's awesome.
So, yeah.
You're amazing. Thank you
You
so
are
much
too.
for sharing your story. It's so good to be able to
I'm
talk to
happy
you.
too. Yeah, you as well. It's
Thanks.
so good to be on Live
Yeah.
Forward Love Now.
Yay.